Join me as we upgrade our landscape lighting system here in the Horticulture Geek Garden. Hey guys, and welcome back to Horticulture Geek. I'm Ray. Thank you so much for joining me today here on the channel. And like you just heard today, we are going to be working on an upgrade to our landscape lighting system in the front yard. Now, if you've been with my channel for a while, you know I live on a busy street, so that's why I'm in the backyard filming some of this video for you today. But I want to let you know that I'm so excited about this project because I have partnered with Garden Reet, which is a landscape lighting company, to do this video today. And they have sent me out 6 brand new spotlights. These are very nice spotlights, and I have the box right here. Okay, and you can see right there, it is Garden Reet, and that's what they look like right there. These are solid brass landscape spotlights. Now, those of you who've been with my channel for a while know that I have an existing landscape lighting system out in that front yard, and it's traditional lights with several spotlights. And through the years, the spotlights have worn out and they've quit working, and so it was time for me to have a serious upgrade. So in this video today, we are going to unbox these lights. I'm going to walk you through how to put them together and installing them, and then I'm going to show you a before and an after of what a difference these spotlights make. Again, I cannot thank Garden Reet enough for sending these out. These are fantastic products, super well built, great price point. So go to Garden Reet's website if you like what you see in this video today. But let's quit talking about it and let's jump right into today's video and unbox these awesome lights and get into the project. Here we go. Okay, so here we are on the patio, and here is our box. So we're going to actually cut this open together and see what's inside. All right, so first off, we have our landscape wiring. So this is what will run to the power box to supply each light. Very nicely packaged so that it doesn't get all tangled up in shipment. And then next we have our lights, but they have many different lighting options and products. So not just these, they have regular traditional lighting, cast lighting, spotlights, all sorts of things. And this is what I ordered. So this is a solid brass landscape spotlight, very heavy, feels very solid. We're gonna open one of these up and see it. And I just have several of those in here. I have 6 of these in here, as a matter of fact. So we'll just see right in there. There's that. So that's box 1. We'll open that in a second. And then they also had another package, and it is the low voltage transformer. So if you don't already have one of these, if you needed a complete kit, Varmtalis offers that as well. So they did send me one of these out as well. So with this shipment, I have a complete setup to run these landscape lights. Now, let's look at one of these. And it just opens up nice and neat. And in here we have the light. Oh, and this is really a nice light. All right, look at that. So it's a nice brass, solid light fixture, heavy duty, plenty of wire length. This is wired up right now for shipment. Let me undo this. Wow, this is a fantastic length of cord for a landscape light. And let me tell you, for somebody who has bought landscape lighting before multiple times at big box stores, you do not get this much cordage on each individual light. And it sometimes can be very tricky to have enough cords to a length of cord to get your light in the correct spot where you really want it. So this Really nice. Okay, now then, this screws apart just like that. And this is where our light bulb is gonna go in there. And this is, I will point this out too, this is a solid lens as well. It's not cheap, it's not flimsy. It's a nice solid lens in there. So here is our bulb. It came in the package. Look at that, really nice. Very well packaged. And this literally just clamps, plugs right in. And then this goes right back in place. And there we have it. So it just clips right back into place. So pretty solid construction there. All right. The box also has assembly instructions. I forgot to point that out. So you can see exactly how to do this if you're not familiar. We also have our lighting bracket. And then these are our connection bolts. So let's put the lighting bracket on. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the end of our light cord and we're going to just feed that through, real nice and simple. And then this just literally comes all the way to the top and just screws right into place. It just is an easy fit screw on piece, right like that. So in less than a minute and a half, I have a fully assembled, heavy duty, well-built landscape light. You'll see this little adjustment knob here, looks like a cabinet knob, and that operates the adjuster right here. So what this is like a teeth setting. So let me take it apart a little bit and you can see this better. So each side there has teeth and we can position our landscape lighting at any point along the teeth where they interlock, and then when we lock this back into place, it'll hold it firm. And so this is our adjustment for the light. So you can see I can adjust it there, I can move it up, I can adjust it there. If I just need something a little more straight on, I can do that. I can pull it down that way. So I can adjust this to multiple different angles just by this handy built-in tooth system and the little turn knob. Super simple, super easy to use. Now then, let's talk about connections. So we're going to do that with these connector tabs that come in the kit. So let's open this up and take a look. So here they are out of the package. Pretty straightforward. So for this next step, we're going to talk about how to attach the quick connect connector that came in the package to the actual wire. And you see I've already got one done here. And this is a pretty straightforward process. Really the only thing you're gonna need is a pair of scissors, because when you get the wire, it's going to be fused together, and you're just gonna use a pair of scissors to break the fuse, and then you can pull the wire apart until you're left with something like this. Now you'll notice this has left a piece of wire coating on the tip, and then you can see the exposed wire, okay? That is important, don't rip that off. What we're going to do next is we are going to take our quick connector. This quick connector comes into two parts. The bottom part, which connects to the light, and the top part, which is a punch prong that connects to the hard wiring of the landscape system. So let me show you that. Okay, so we're up close right here. This is the top part, and it just unscrews. And you can see the needle point push prong there. And you can see that this has a slit in it. So if this is my landscape wire that's running through my flower bed, okay, this stuff right here, I'm simply going to take this cap slide it through the channel and then screw it on, and the push point, the prong is going to connect to that, okay? Now we're not at that stage right now, so we're actually right now just focusing on the other end. The other end, if you can see, kind of has a hole in it, and it's just a screw off top as well. So here I have taken the screw off top off, okay? Now remember I told you not to take this wire coating off. That's because it's keeping this multi-strand copper wire bundled up. We are literally going to take the tip that we just unscrewed and slide the wire through the tip, just like that. You see it? We just slid it through. Now then, I can remove this wire coating that was covering up, okay? And I'm gonna take my quick connector and I'm gonna take the copper wire. Let me get closer, you can see this. I'm just gonna take that copper wire and I'm just gonna stick it down in there. There's a metal bar in there, so I'm just gonna push this, and then we just push the tip back in, making sure that our wire is fully inserted, and then we just screw that on. And what that has done is, as we have screwed this on, it has forced those copper wires to wrap around that metal bar that was in there. I don't have any copper wire exposed, and so now we see my quick connect is perfectly engaged. And I've done that on both ends of my landscape light. So now then, all I have to do is go out to my flower bed, just to run your wire through your flower bed. You can bury this wire. So if you need no more than about 3 to 6 inches, so if you need to run it under, a lawn to an island, to get power out to an island, you can do that. But what we're gonna see here is this wire has 2 pieces to it as well, okay? So once I have it out in the landscape, unraveled, I'm simply going to take a knife or a pair of scissors or a box cutter, and I'm going to separate out these 2 pieces of wire, and I'm just gonna pull them apart, so then I can have one wire exposed to connect each of my quick connects to, all right? That's how it's gonna work in premise. Now, let me go and get set up. I'm going to actually take a before shot of the flower bed without these lights, and then I'm gonna come back and do a shot tomorrow with these lights all in place, okay? So, but for you, that's gonna be right now. All right, so here is the house with the landscape lighting as it sets now. You can see I've got some nice landscape lights, and I did used to have spotlights. There's one left working right there, and that's about it at the moment. So now we're gonna install our new lighting and see if we can get this house spot lit up. All right, and here is the after. So I've got the crepe myrtles on the corners of the house spot lit, and then the others up towards the front. And so this is what we are left with after I have installed these absolutely awesome lights. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing that before and after shot. Those lights certainly do make a huge difference, and they can do the same for you and your garden. If you're an avid gardener, or even if you're just a novice gardener, if you're gonna spend time and energy in your garden, you wanna enjoy it both day and night. And landscape lighting is one of the easiest ways to bring your garden alive at night and make it more enjoyable to get out and enjoy. So I highly recommend the lights that I got from Garden Reet. You can check out their website. They offer a huge line of different products, not just spotlights. A whole array of products are offered there on their site. So I encourage you to go and check out and see what they have, and see if anything there on that website will work for you and your garden. Now, as an added bonus to you guys, because you're watching this video here with me, Ray, the Horticulture Geek, if you use the code Horticulture10, that should be on your screen, they're going to give you 10% off of any order you place. So again, use Horticulture10 as a discount code for 10% off of your order. So thank you, Gardener Eat, for doing that for my viewers. So guys, go out there, check out that website, see if anything will work for you and your garden. But as always, I want you to know that I've enjoyed this video. I hope it has inspired you. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the process, how it all works, and then seeing how well these lights work. If you've enjoyed this video, give me that thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. And as always, guys, from my garden to yours, I wish you all the best and happy gardening.